All right, so that you already answered like so many of these questions here. I'm like, wow. I'm like, all right. So what goes into the whole process as far as like what is your the intricate part that you play as far as when you get these products and you go into designing them or whatever? Like they give you what goes on. Like they give you the cover, they give you the artwork and everything. But what is the major part that you play as far as steering that work in the right direction?
Basically, just making sure that whenever we print the artwork up, we actually, duplicating exactly whatever it is that the artist sent over to us. As well, whenever we're burning the tracks, we don't just like burn the CDs, put the artwork on the CDs, and just package them and ship them out. What we want to do is we take every like maybe 25th CD, we'll take it off, we'll put it in the computer, we'll listen to it to make sure that we're not losing any of the sound quality. And then if we are losing some of the sound quality, then we'll go back to the artist, and again, just like my man brought out, we'll have to tell them, look, you're having a problem with what you sent over to us, because our equipment is working fine. And then first and foremost, we'll check our equipment out if we start to lose some of the sound equipment. But all of the stuff that we're working with right now is brand new. So
do you data print? I don't know whether to call it data printing, but like when if I pop my CD in and it reads it, like it reads the names of the songs and also the the artists, and it comes up. Do you do that on the duplicate?
That's a real good question. Yes, we do have the ability to do that, but again, we only put on the CD what you send over to us. Like this is a sample CD right here, and this is something I did just within an hour just to bring something up here. It's not a clean edited version from the Kingdom of Villains, but what happens is it's whatever you send over to us. If you send it over to us and you don't have anything, if you haven't been to a studio and you haven't had it done professionally, if you send us over whatever you send us over, if you just send us the title of the CD and your name is Johnny whoever, then that's what we're putting on there, because our equipment gives us the option to actually put the tracks in individually, name the tracks individually, so that it'll show up whenever you put the CD in the computer and whatnot, as well as to name the entire album, who was the person that actually produced the album. We have all of that equipment is right there.
And so just like you said with the with giving out the download of it as far as having the physical. So when let's say if I get this guy's album here, the Kingdom of Villains, I get the album, pop it in my computer. A lot of times what people haven't noticed about when they put that CD in, they give you an option to buy it online.
Absolutely.
Do you have that option? Of course, you have that option on the CD on there too, right?
Check this out. Yeah. If you have iTunes, which is we plan on competing with iTunes, but you can take our CDs and you can put them into especially if you have iTunes on your computer and the program is already downloaded. It's going to actually ask you to download the CD on the iTunes right then and there when you put it in the computer. And then see if you want to register the music with iTunes. And a lot of companies are out here and they're offering one of the companies, Reverb Nation, for instance, and I hate the name drop, but it is what it is, and we coming straight at their necks. But the deal is this: is they resellers. So iTunes will tell you that you can't sell your album on iTunes without going through a Reverb Nation or another digital distributor. But yet and still, if you go to the right person that's actually reproducing or replicating your CDs, when you put it on the computer or put that disc in the computer, they're going to give you the option to actually download that music on iTunes right then and there on the spot. So
what about data locking? Do you a lot? I have for instance, I have an A. Marie CD, and that came out years ago on Columbia Records or whatever. But when you pop that CD in, it actually is locked, so you can't rip it. Do you do that to artist CDs if they wanted that?
We can provide that service as well, to where you cannot burn the CD. I know exactly what you're speaking in reference to. They do that with a lot of DVDs. Like if you go and you get I have a workout series from P90X. No matter what you do with those DVDs, and I've tried to burn them and do everything I could to actually send them to other friends and family members, but you cannot even forward that digital content. So yes, we do have the capability to lock that data so that you cannot burn that CD again. And a lot of companies are coming out with that technology, are using that technology because of, you know, the piracy that was going on, people getting other people's CDs and they're duplicating it. So with us actually saying, okay, if you send us a CD that a digital version of a CD that you've actually got from iTunes or from another digital distributor, and we burn it for you. We want to burn it for you, but we want to give it back to you so that now you cannot burn that CD and pass it around to all your friends and family members. Not only will we be cutting the throats of iTunes, but we'll be cutting our own throats as well. So we want to, you know, try to be an advocate for, you know, for piracy, anti-piracy laws and whatnot. So that's another thing that we want to look out for. We want to look out for the artists, indie artists, as well as artists that are already signed to major labels.